We know why a person needs arms, legs, and a head. That is, we know the function of all the organs. But man himself, what does he live for? What does a person value most in life? Of course, life itself. So we will talk about what is most important to us. We want to live. But tell me, what for? That is the riddle. Sometimes we are so busy with life itself that the question, what is it for, simply doesn't cross our minds. And if it does, we quickly push it away. We consider it foolishness, unnecessary philosophy. Just live, that's all. Don't think. This topic has become almost forbidden, a taboo. It irritates some, frightens others. Let me tell you an interesting story. I once met a young Israeli named Ronnie. He had followed the typical Israeli path, the army, elite troops, then a year-long trip around the world. Eventually, he ended up in New York. One day, he walked into a bar. He's sitting there, drinking a beer, and the bartender, either out of boredom or for a show of erudition, says to him, "You know, the Chinese were wise people. They said that a boat in the ocean must have oars and an anchor." What? Oars and an anchor. Do you have them? The oars are where you're sailing, what your goal is, and the anchor is what your life is based on, your worldview, what you believe in. Ronnie recounted, and suddenly, in a single second, I realized I was in the middle of the ocean of life without a map, without a compass, without oars, without an anchor. I was drifting back and forth like an autumn leaf. Wherever the wind of my body's desires blew, that's where I flew. Wherever it washed me ashore, that's where I stayed. Right now I'm here drinking beer. He looked around and suddenly saw the emptiness in the eyes of all the bar's patrons. They had all come to fill the emptiness of their lives with something, anything. Tell me, should a person have some direction in life? Some oars, an anchor, a compass? It seems so. But where does it all begin? From what point does the unraveling of the riddle of life start? From the question of all questions, what were we given life for? For what purpose did man appear in this world? What is the meaning of his existence? Let's try to formulate this question more clearly. We know that everything in this world has an ultimate purpose for which it was created. A glass is for drinking water, a phone is for talking, a car is a means of transportation. We know what every part of a car is for. The wheels, the brakes, the engine, the steering wheel. We know what the whole car is for. It's the same with everything in the world. We know its purpose, whether in the works of human hands or in nature, where everything has its role in a delicate ecological balance. Now, let's turn our attention to man. He's made up of many organs and body parts, and we know for what purpose each of them is for. We know for what purpose the heart beats in the chest, what the eyes, lungs, stomach, arms, and legs are for. But what about man himself as a whole? It turns out that man knows the meaning of everything in the world except the meaning of his own existence.